Yo, what's up? I'm always watching you through this baby monitor. Actually, I'm not, but you could watch your baby with this baby monitor. It's a 5-inch screen. It's the model ABM 570 from iFamily. And you can see a picture of a baby looking very baby-like. So that's the screen, and it's like a camera on a pedestal that'll swivel around, and you put it next to your crib or in the room or in the vicinity of a baby or a baby-like creature, and it'll watch that baby-like creature or baby or animal or any other assortment of things and project or send that information through the data waves all the way to the screen, where you can have it at your desk or in your lap or anywhere else, I suppose, where you can have a keen eye on your offspring. Wouldn't that be nice if this were opened? Let's do that right now. No copyright. All right. This says is a 5-inch. The camera itself is 1280 by 720p. The sensor is a CMOS 1/4 inch, 75-degree viewing angle, 2.4 gigahertz FHSS transmission method. Transmission distance is 300 meters of open space, and the battery is 5,000 milliamp hour. Whoo! Say that 3 times fast. All right. First things first, we got some paperwork. We never read that. You can look through my history and you will never once find me reading paperwork. I dare you to look through everything I've posted on this channel and find if I've ever read paperwork. Prove it to me. All right, next we have what looks to be a screen. So that's in this plastic thingy, along with something that just fell. Looks like a warranty card for the product. Great, a lifetime warranty. That's always nice. All right, we're going to put this aside for right now because the main attraction, obviously, is this big old camera eye. It watches when your baby's sleeping. It knows when it's awake. Actually, it doesn't. It's just a camera. It doesn't know anything. You do. You'll be watching. All right. Do you see how there's like this plastic thing in front of the screen there? Not screen. Lens. Ready? Here we go. Fantastic. It wasn't covering much, but you can see the lens there. You can also see the ring light. And you can see there's another sensor there. Lens, other sensor. Not sure what it is exactly. And then there's a hole there. But this looks like it'll swivel or turn side to side. Yeah, I can feel some motor in there. Looks like there's an antenna back here. So that'll probably connect to the Wi-Fi, right? And then there's USB-C. So you can keep this plugged in by USB-C. And then this little mini thing, which looks like a little robot, not gonna lie, with a tail. Come on. It's a little cute. Put some googly eyes on either side. Maybe the lens is the nose. Yeah? All right, so that's that. The screen itself looks like this. Doesn't actually have that on it. It's actually just a film over the screen. But you can see there are a few buttons, if you can. Looks like that's voice control. That's search. What else? Is this going to make me look at instructions? Maybe you should. Please read the user manual carefully before using this product. Never. Well, maybe. I have very meh convictions on this. Please note, the mic of this camera should not be a line misspelled. There's no D here. See? Look at that. Atrocity. With the speaker of the display in 1.5 meters. They could pay me like a good amount of money, and I would just correct their grammar. Yeah? Hire me for that? I'll just like go through these. Like, you wouldn't have to like send out thousands of products with English mistakes on the front just like this, and it would be a lot better, and I could just like look over all of your paperwork, and I'll charge you like a measly like few $1,000s, and then we'll, and then it won't look as silly, right? Let me know. What I've been trying to do this whole time is peel off this little thingy. There we go. See? Nice. All right, so regrettably, I'm going to read the manual off camera, so you'll never actually know if I did it. And then I'll get these all set up and hooked up. So this is just like a little cube thing here. It looks like a little smartphone, like about that size. And it has some buttons here. It has the USB-C connector here. It has an on button here, a reset pin button style thingy. See, little button, itty bitty. Can you see it? Trust me, it's there. You're gonna have to trust me on this one. And then what else? Oh yes, looks like there's this stand type thing here. Maybe it's an antenna? I can't tell. It sticks up like that. That might be the antenna, and then this might be the stand, yeah. So that just sticks up like an antenna thingy. All right, so I'm gonna get these all set up. I'll be right back. It might be a few hundred years in between me pressing pause here and the next time you ever see me, but here we go. Oh, okay, I'm kidding, it's only been like a minute. The other thing in the box were these chargers. I found them after considerable research and investigation into the rest of the box, after which I discovered all this other stuff. What's this? So it looks like some screws that go in the wall. It looks like a charging brick and a little charging pin on the end there. So that's, what is it? That's USB-C, thankfully. There we go. And then we have a brick and then USB-C to USB 2.0. And those were in this box. So I guess we need to plug these things in and get them connected next. All right, so I've not looked through the instructions, and with the immense proportionality of my cranium, I have deduced that I should plug this in. So I did, and then I turned this on, and it started beeping at me. So then I turned it off, and I turned it back on again, and then it stopped beeping. But now it's like getting feedback, because this has a microphone, so now this is saying something. Test, test, blah, 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 blah. So this is looking at me, see? It just automatically connected, which is great. I have the antennas out. Antennas out, boys, for Harambe. Too late? Too soon? Too late? Whatever. Anyway, there's a bunch of different options on here. You can go through the different... That's not a very flattering... Shush. I'm not sure what the beeping is. So there's different settings on here, like for night vision, for timing, for screen brightness, for... and the camera's actually fairly good. It's okay. It's like 720p. And it also sees you in the dark. There's like an infrared sensor in there. That's what that other sensor was. Let's see, it can show the temperature, the time, obviously. And there's different settings related to, like, if you're a baby or subject of camera view, makes it sure no... Shh. It doesn't stop on its own. You need to turn it off. I think it's either when the antenna is obstructed or like if I make too much sound. I'm not exactly sure. Like, what if I put the antenna down? Nothing. What if I put this antenna down? No? Nothing? I don't know what causes that beeping. Can't tell. Either way, there is that beeping, and I don't know. If you want to keep this on all the time, you would probably have to find a way to make sure that doesn't happen. I can't be sure what it is, but either way, I like how the camera shows instantly what's going on in like a smartphone type thing. So you put out the antenna, you put out the kickstand, you put this near you, you have this pointed at a thing, and I guess that beeping is like an alarm for like if the sound or movement is too much. Wait, no, that should be this. Because I'm not moving. The camera would have to move. Anyway, I'm not too coordinated here. There we go. You're looking at yourself. Wait, can you see? There's the... Whoop. It's too bright because I have the ring light there. There you go. See that ring? Nice. I like this. Keep it to keep watch of your small, adorable ones. And even if they're not adorable, you can still keep watch of them. We figure out the sensitivity of the alarm setting here. This is pretty good. I believe this is also... Okay, so if I just unplug it, it'll immediately like lose a signal. So this needs to be plugged in. This can be on battery, but you can also recharge it with USB-C. But I was keeping this one plugged in with one of the included chargers. One of them is like a charger that's just by itself, right? One of these, but this was too short. So I just used the one that was meant for this, like the mobile style one. Anyway, this is still on. So then I'm gonna hold the off button. There it goes. It's turning off. Good night. Sweet children, good night. For your parents are watching closely with these products, which I can recommend to some degree. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go over a couple more of these, so they may be in the links down below. If you do want to purchase them, there will be links, so do that through us. Let me know if you want to have any giveaways, because if I end up with a bunch of these from reviewing them, I'm not using every single one unless I am really keeping an eye on you, which I mean I am. But let me know. All right, see y'all later. Peace.